Hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of Corey and Kevin Talk About Nothing. If you're tuning in for the first time,
I'm Corey.
I'm Kevin, and welcome to our podcast talk show.
Welcome.
Man, so I'm excited because we watched the movie Free Guy, and I'm really excited to talk about this one. So let's hurry up.
Me too. All right.
Let's hurry up and get through this other BS. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, because there's some other good stuff.
There is.
There's some other good stuff, but I gotta get this off my chest. I had so much fun with this movie, dude.
I wanted. This is a movie that I actually almost texted you during. To be honest with you,
I swear I was about to as well, but then I'm like, well, because you probably watched it today, right? Okay, so I watched it last night, so like it would have been off. But yeah. I was like, oh, dude, you're gonna love this.
This is yeah.
Not your typical Ryan Reynolds.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Very pleasurable time frame with this.
I was gonna say he made it past your expectations there.
Both versions too, you know. Even the bench press the sentence one, dude.
Dude, yeah. Oh, dude, I seriously had so much fun. Catchphrase, catchphrase as a catchphrase is kind of a badass catchphrase.
Only to the dude, only dude.
I'm like, I know, because I've not seen the movie until yesterday, obviously, but I had seen that dude character before, and
nice.
No context, and I've just seen this, and I'm like, how ridiculous. So then when they came, it's coming to the time, I'm like, yes, awesome, we finally get to see dude in action.
Yep, absolutely.
Anyways.
It's sweet. Yeah, never mind. Yeah.
Oh, not yeah.
No, we're about to go into it, and I don't want to yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait.
Hold on.
I know everybody else is like, I'll talk about Free Guy, but we're gonna get there. We'll get there. Because there was some other exciting stuff that happened.
There was. So something came out this week,
Yeah.
Something started on Wednesday, December 1st.
Was that Wednesday or was that a Tuesday?
No, it's a Wednesday.
Man, that's crazy. Time is crazy.
Yeah. So, dun-da-da-da.
It definitely was.
Sunny.
Nice. Nice.
I made sure.
I feel like, I think an animal turned my tree off. That's funny. It was on, but
it looked great too.
Thank you. Yeah. So we actually watched it on. Gosh, I think
you said Saturday.
Saturday, yeah. That Saturday sounds right. We have to wait now, so we have to wait the next day, so we're not watching it live. We're not watching it the next day either, because we're like, sometimes you just, we haven't Succession's on the mind. We don't have anything else that's like, week by week excitement. You know. So finally, we're like, wait, hey, we have an episode of Sunny to watch, but then, whoa, a little treat given to all the people who waited so patiently. We got 2 episodes.
2 of them. Dun, 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 dun.
Thank you. It's Always Sunny.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right. So I watched it live. So I had the first reaction, and I'm very proud of myself that I did not text anybody about this.
All right.
I did make a phone call to my cousin to see, what his thought was, and it was the same situation to where he has not watched yet, like you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He did not watch it live.
So he did not watch it live.
Got
it. So then I was like, all right, well, I'll wait and we'll talk about it later, And then he goes, all right, well then I think. I don't remember when he watched it, but it was late enough to where it was like the next day, I think. And then we didn't talk that day. We talked the next day, right? So then we finally talked about it. But he said the same reaction, man. It was back. It's back to Sunny. Yeah. Like it's back to. It's like it was because they were good. Like they were like decent. I had its laughs. It's not. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. When I first started watching it, I wasn't concerned, but at the same time, I was like a little bit like. Just because of sour taste in my mouth from the last seasons, I think I went into it like this with like almost that still like the sour taste on the tongue. And they had to like prove me wrong, right? They had to like go.
But the bar was set very low. So I felt like I had this hope that, you know what, it's just going to feel good to have these characters back in our lives for a little bit. It's been a while. Yeah. But yeah, I had my reservations. Now, Jessica had brought up a really good point. She's like, I feel like those shocking moments of Sunny, those real wild episodes that they used to have, like those days just kind of seem to be over. And now it's just more of a sitcom, right? It's more of its own genre or whatever, but the genre of a sitcom, because when you look at it, they're still doing these things, but it's almost more social commentary. I know that there was always social commentary built into it, but I felt like now it's very it's more like with a megaphone, or they're on a pedestal with it. Like it's very out in front of it, because they're terrible people, but now they're like these terrible people that are trying to not be terrible people to just gain favor, not because, to be a good person, but
exactly, it's the right thing.
So so now they're looking at, like, instead of just like having total disregard and doing what they want to do, like they've kind of like opened themselves up a bit more to take on what the feelings of others. Maybe they've grown to have a little bit of empathy. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I agreed with her. I feel like the shocking days are over, and now it's just good dialogue between these characters that are really what's going to build up. What are they going to get into is still funny and everything, but it's unless they come out swinging this season. But we know that hasn't happened in the last like two. So
no.
So, like I said, I'm just happy to have these characters back, and they were funny episodes.
Oh, it was back. Like that's made me feel good about it. Yeah.
So the year in review. That's the first one, right? With their PPP loan, and at first I'm like, wait. So it confused me. I'm like, Frank is so far gone. At this point, he's the warthog. He's this multi-millionaire guy, businessman, who's done all this stuff, but now the best he could come up with to give this like loan type of guy is a football if it's a guy, and a bouquet of roses, flowers for if it's a girl. And I love that they intertwine. They're like, well, what if it's a girl who doesn't like flowers but likes football, or what if it's all these other different combinations. So it's funny because it's like they can still be, them, still be cynical towards whoever's trying to be, genuine, because you're like, well, are you being genuine to everybody? But the way they sewed themselves into, it kind of felt like the World Series episode where they're in court. Just because of like detailing like what happened. Frank's with Rudy Giuliani's hair what do you call that? Hair paint? What do you call that? Hair dye? Okay, wow.
Hair dye.
Hair paint.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Sorry, I was like
He found the perfect mixture. It has to be Chinese motor oil. He started getting sloppy once he started using American motor oil. He starts running down. He's like, wait a minute. So you guys are responsible for all of the major events that happened?
Had a little piece of it, a little piece of it involved.
Yeah, you had the QAnon shaman guy who got his pelts. Pelts, you bitch. Pelts. Get the pelts. She's like, I don't even know what's happening anymore. She's like still making masks. Yeah. When he brings up like that mask of, he's like, what was it, Ronald Reagan? He's like, no, this is a mask of Dennis. She's like, wait, why are you making those? First of all, great work.
Yes, absolutely. If you
not for Dennis, but
still
good mask. Yeah,
seriously, absolutely. Yeah, quality wise, good mask.
Yeah. So all right. So that was Frank was, getting the hair dye to Rudy Giuliani. Dee and Charlie were giving the pelts to the January 6th Capitol rioters. What did Dennis do? Oh, Dennis and Mac. What was that? They were just singing country in front of a ballot location, but I don't know what.
I think they were trying. They were trying to get votes on.
That's what it was. Their ballot box out in front confused people who were dropping their ballots in, and were there. They caused the slowdown of the ballots because
exactly.
That's
right.
Miscount. Okay, that's right.
Yep.
So that's the yeah. So everybody had their hand in all these terrible things. I really enjoyed them just sewing.
And they did it well.
Oh yeah, dude.
100%.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
So
Absolutely.
funny.
They did it very well. Yeah.
Man, when Dee's like, "Oh yeah, that's why I have funny slogans on them." Oh man,
so funny. Oh, that's awesome.
So, a year in review, great episode. Started off swinging.
Yep.
And when we found out that we had a second episode, we were like, "Oh, all right, this is thank you."
Oh, this is yes, exactly. Yeah.
What was the?
So that's definitely a surprise for you. The second one. I mean, come on, man. They got rid of Lethal Weapon 5.
That's right. They
Lethal Weapon 6.
Make Lethal Weapon 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank's all mad. They took him out of the library. They're like, first of all, I don't even know how we got them to even allow this in there.
Yes. Yeah, especially the library. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right.
They show it all.
Yeah. We're going to show it all. When Frank's clearly not into it because he's not going the whole way.
Nope.
She's just mashing it.
Yeah. Bring the butter.
When he's like, it doesn't work both ways, and then Matt goes, yeah, it does. Dude, it was so funny. And Tiger Woods, Don Cheadle, and Donovan McNabb.
Donovan McNabb, yeah,
which
so funny.
I'm pretty sure that's just Donovan McNabb.
Yeah.
But Tiger Woods does like to pay for feet.
Yes. He's a feet guy.
He's a feet guy. And Don Cheadle makes movies. So this guy is so multi-talented. Plus, we got to see Pepperjack again.
Yeah. Pepperjack don't play.
Pepperjack don't play. He's like, I have to be more myself. I have to be more Pepperjack.
Yeah. And I love it. They brought back the thermos too.
Oh.
I forget what it's called, but they brought that back.
Fraggle Rock.
So hard.
Fraggle Rock.
I
love Fraggle Rock.
Yeah,
that's Pepperjack.
He stole that from me like years ago. It's all upset about it. So good.
When he was like Pepperjack, he gets like immediately like, oh man.
Yep.
I lost my Fraggle Rock thermos to him. Yeah, that was awesome. They were just trying to do like this completely politically correct version of Lethal Weapon 7, and they're just like that. Yeah, there's no story here.
Nope.
When they did Karen, though, D dressed up as Karen, and she's like, "You're not part of this neighborhood. I'm gonna call the cops right away." Oh man, they just had so much fun. That was good.
They did.
That was good stuff.
It was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it like a lot actually. It was hilarious. Thank you, Sonny.
Yeah, I definitely like even just reminiscing this little bit about these moments has been pretty damn funny.
Exactly, absolutely. See, and then it gets yes, 100%. It's crazy because actually I watched those first two. Yes, yes, exactly.
They own up and they don't sugarcoat it. They just They just say, hey, and then, that. Maybe this isn't our story at all. And then they just like that. That picnic scene when he presses the doll on the heart, and then like she moves slightly, and you see his hand like go up where he wants to like fix it, and then like they make the doll run off or whatever, dude. Oh man, but I like Pepperjack as Riggs.
Oh yeah, it was definitely. Yeah, it was definitely good. Oh, he had a line
tsunami.
Too.
Oh wait, you can't call it tsunami. A tidal wave. Yeah. Oh no! A tidal wave. Dennis's decision. Well, they could shoot they could shoot a path through the tidal wave. Yeah. Force it to go somewhere else. It could be like a message on climate change. Oh man, it's packed full of goodies.
It is. The
only thing I'm mad about is the FXX channel in a whole.
Yeah,
it's like you really have to have like some subscription or another to do this. Like it's like hidden away, you know? Like
Yeah. Well, it's crazy. So I got lucky because who I have for cable. Remember, I can choose 10 channels.
Right,
so
right.
FXX was one of my channels that I chose.
So you get live FXX. That's
so
sweet.
I get live. So that if you have some sort of service along those lines, I think it works pretty well. But outside of that, though, it's hard to find anywhere. You can't find it anywhere else.
Yeah. So we have Hulu, but
Yeah.
we also have Sling. Like we had Sling. We had FXX on demand on Sling. So at least like no matter what. The next day, I could at least watch it on Sling, but now you have to have a different freaking streaming service to get there. And then you have like FX on Hulu, right? So there's all these big FX shows that aren't on TV. They're not on cable. They're on FX on Hulu. And then there's FX, and then there's FXX. It's just like, man, you guys are sloppy. It's all over the place.
Make it something. I mean, that's like HBO. HBO made it HBO Max, and it's been HBO Max the entire time.
And everything I like it the way it is. Yeah, it was like what? HBO Go, HBO Now, HBO.
Yes.
Let's go. You know, there's like
HBO.
There was HBO. It's just that good. I don't know. What was there?
Yes. That hits different.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. HBO. It hits different.
Yeah. Which I gotta talk about.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Sunny wasn't the only thing that popped up this week, but if you guys have not watched It's Always Sunny yet, the new season,
please do.
Season 15, setting records. It is the longest running live action sitcom.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm waiting
15.
for my applause. It's so funny because
what are you waiting for? Oh, Donovan McNabb will give you an applause.
He will. So it's so funny because like. When that happened, it brought back like, I mean, well, don't get me wrong, Dennis was back in the previous of it too. But when he said that, I'm like, that's Dennis.
Yeah, because they're calling back out earlier for it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm waiting for my praise for what I've said.
Yes.
It's like, why do you think you deserve praise?
Exactly. What happened here?
Yeah.
It was but yeah, so I had to make. That's what I was going to say earlier, and I couldn't remember, but there it was.
That and them having the realization that the majority of the people they know are people who live under bridges and sewers or whatever, and that's more of a reflection on them. It's like, finally, yes, you guys are learning.
Yes. So sometimes have changed.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a character arc starting. Season 15, it's like starting to turn up a little bit. Where it's like, whoa, they're learning.
Awesome. Yes.
Oh, man.
So
yeah.
But anyways, I rudely interrupted your transition into HBO, but I just felt like I needed some sort of applause for it. So
I was so excited for it to come back. And it was seriously so funny. Jessica and I were just sitting there laughing, and it just felt good. It just felt
exactly. Yeah, but didn't it almost take you back? I went back to season 5, right? And I just started season 5 for some reason. Like I just want to start season 5. I put it on. I forget what the first episode was that I wanted to that it was on. So I like turned it on, and I'm like, yes. And it's crazy because I just watched the new season 15, and I went back and watched season 5 before I went to sleep that night. And it was like the same thing. Just I mean, obviously, it's a little young. They're a little younger. You know what I mean?
I think it's amazing that their age is like chronicled for 15 seasons, because it's probably been 18 years then. Because they took like a 2-year hiatus since 14 and 15.
Yeah,
I feel like it's been.
I think at least I think it was like a year. Well, might have been 2. It might have been 2. Yeah. Yeah. See, the problem is, man. 2020 is a blur. I have a hard time tying that into anything right now.
Literally almost 2022.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would have to agree though. It definitely took me back. The only thing that was like, oh, that was kind of stupid or whatever, was like the firework thing that they did.
Oh yeah.
This was just some weird stupid use of effects. I didn't really.
Well, it was weird too that it went off and they put it out. And that was it.
Yeah,
like, no more talk about it. It was
it's like, oh, okay, you're right. That was a bad idea, and then they just moved on. I was like, I don't.
Super weird.
It's kind of like doing that 48-hour film project. Like, say you didn't film enough, but you have to fill in just a little bit to make the cut. Maybe they just didn't have enough for that episode. Or like,
that's true.
Shoot a firework off or something. I don't know.
That's so funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah, but I would have to agree. I mean, it was just really funny to see Dennis being the one shepherding these guys into this new thought process. His serial dating of the right wing and then the left wing, and then it was so good when he started like just repeating what they were saying. He's like, oh, I was like, oh no, Dennis figured it out. Oh boy,
it's in. Yep, exactly.
And then they cut to that terrible face of him. It's like, oh,
he wasn't so sweaty this time. Every other time he's like dripping. It's so funny. It's so good.
It's like a red face staring at the camera like,
yes. Yeah, not good. You know what's happening.
Oh yeah.
But it's very awkward. Full penetration. They just don't show it this time.
They don't show it.
No.
So yeah, that's been exciting. Very, very exciting. With Free Guy and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, we had laughs on laughs on laughs, right?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. 100%.
But speaking of some HBO, man. So that was episode 8 of Succession that we just watched, and we only get one more. Next Sunday is the finale already. I feel like it's just started, but whatever. But dude, so good. Actually, this episode was probably one of the most cringiest episodes ever, and just felt uncomfortable for every character. And there was something that happened. Of course, HBO has to be HBO and show a little bit of off the wall nudity. Thank you, HBO, for showing a good old DP, a little dick pic.
Oh, of course. They love it.
So funny how they do this though, because like you'd think like this moment is like the catapulting or the biggest moment of the episode, but no way. Yeah. There are like 5 other moments that are just as big. Like it's a masterpiece, man. It's incredible because all these characters have all these different things going on, and things are happening that are just as large as like, that's this weird fuck up that Roman has. But I mean, it's incredible. But I'm just really sad because next episode is one more. Is the last one for the season. So, and then I'm reading all this stuff because I'm like, well, I gotta soak all this up, and Alexander Skarsgård is in it. Mm-hmm. Okay. And he plays like this billionaire eccentric type, and he actually gets to use his Swedish accent, and I'm like, that's gonna feel so good. Like if it can just be himself. Talking. Yeah, exactly. Right. He can just be himself, or at least act with his own accent. Plus, there's been Adrian Brody as one of the investors. Just like a huge culmination of so many different characters coming in, different storylines coming in and intersecting, and just incredible. But this episode, man, had some like just tragedy all over it, man.
That's crazy.
It feels so bad for Tom Wamsgam, man. It feels so bad for Tom. He's probably like my favorite character because he's just like you know his game. You know what I mean? He's probably one of the most honest types, just because like he's like married in. Like he doesn't have to. Like he's not climbing for the big boy job of CEO, right? So
got it. Okay.
So like he's just kind of like the support role, and he has no other choice he has no other like reason not to be like for the most part forthcoming. And I mean he still plays his own game, but.
Well, yeah.
I mean, this season he's been preoccupied with the thought of going to prison, so he spends a lot of time going over prison blogs of, what should I expect? He's a big wine connoisseur, so he's trying to look at how to make toilet wine, and He's trying to figure out, which place has the best food and all this stuff. So it's so funny. He's so preoccupied. He's worried about when his lights out going to be. Are they going to allow him to read his book? And it's so funny. He's going to diners, like cheap diners compared to like what these rich people go to. He's going to like these cheap diners and ordering like really basic food so he can dull his palate and get used to like really dull foods. It is some of the most ridiculous stuff, man. It's just like a rich baby who's like, he's got a prison guy. So this guy, is constantly keeping him updated on, if this prison full, what's gotta, it's ridiculous. But
you said Tom, right?
Tom Wamsky.
I'm just as you're talking, I'm just putting faces to it because I will eventually. I'm watching it. I'm gonna watch it. So
yeah. Tom has some pretty sadistic moments. So like he is as bad as them, all of them, but
just not family. Like
like I would say like he just has like more of a straight up game rather than like the siblings who cannot even like let their guard down for a moment.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, like that would just be one horrible family to be a part of. Like if somebody were like you were like dating and you found out that you were dating like somebody in the Roy family, like nope, never mind. I don't care if I love you or not. Like I'll never be in that family. You guys are a disaster.
Yeah. Okay, so wait, who's Hugo Baker?
Hugo Baker?
Yeah, he's Fisher Stevens in the show.
Fisher Stevens? Can I say?
No, I'm sorry.
please?
So Fisher Stevens is actually the character, and then Hugo Baker is a person. The dude.
Oh, the guy from Hugo. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he from Lost. You remember him from Lost?
Yeah, exactly.
In one of the greatest episodes ever, and now he's in one of the greatest TV shows ever. Well, obviously being in the greatest episode of TV of all time, he was in one of the greatest TV shows of all time. But he is very prominent in this TV show.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I'm just excited. You just get me excited. You're just talking about it. I'm like, I'm just gonna look this stuff up. I want to know right now.
Yeah, I want to know who.
All right.
Tom Wamsky, Greg the Egg, cousin Greg. He's awesome, but man, he's really turning out to be a pretty toxic parasite as well.
That's so funny.
Like this family will change you. You know what I mean?
It's weird. So I looked it up on Google. I just Googled it. And it came up, it only says there's 2 seasons of it. But then right below that it says season 3, episode 8. It's like, well, obviously there's
obviously 3 seasons.
On the same page, it says 3 seasons. I mean, I'm just so confused. It's just weird. And it doesn't like the episode, like season 3 does not even come up as like something to watch. It's just weird. But
yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, just looking at it. So
I will
be watching.
It's incredible. I'm actually rewatching the season 3 so I could just make sure I've analyzed everything as much as possible. And
bro, we all know how your brain works. You don't need to do that, okay? So your brain just scans as it's going constantly.
I want. Well, I'll tell you what, I miss a lot just because of every character's so captivating. You're like hanging on to every word, so you're like almost miss things sometimes. And sometimes things are just so funny that you laugh and you're like, oh.
Well, yeah. So that I agree. I've watched the same episode. I mean, I've actually done that like on It's Always Sunny. I don't catch a funny part, you know what I mean? Because I laugh so hard at the previous funny part. You know what I mean? It's still going on, and you miss stuff. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah. So I'm excited, but man. Like every kid has like their like a moment where they think, I freaking did it.
Yeah,
and then they just do something else that just dive bomb. It's really cool though. I mean, it's definitely a real crazy inside look into a house, a family of just pure abuse, man. I mean, it's. Right. I could not imagine growing up in this household. No way. The only way you get out of the cage is when you eat a cake. Oh, that sounds awesome. No, I'm sorry. It's the ingredients.
Of a cake. That's funny.
There's just one thing in Succession that reminds me of that. You might figure it out once you start watching it.
So don't tell him. Don't tell him.
I
Let me see if I
won't,
get it. Yeah.
Once you'll see, or once you hear about it, you'll be like, got it.
Got it.
Well, so talk about some It's Always Sunny. Of course, carve out some time for Succession because I'll tell you what. Kendall and Logan have. I know I shouldn't be spoiling any of this for you. So.
No, you go ahead. You don't have to stop. I mean, the thing is by the time I watch season 1, season 2, and then I get to season 3, it's not gonna vividly remember. So go ahead.
Logan and Kendall sit down for a dinner, and man, Logan is a really complex person. But his ex-wife, who's getting remarried, whatever, blah blah blah. She said something that I was like, whoa. And it was the only hobby Logan ever had was kicking whatever loves him hard enough to see if it'll crawl back or something like that. Like basically like,
wow.
Yeah, like he's not a great person or a great father. So like this whole dinner. Oh, dude, I mean, I was truly shocked by some of his antics during the dinner because it was like, dude, you really think your son would go that far, dude? Like, come on. You're being dramatic. And he is. He does get a little dramatic. But anyways. And then, like, there's just this new thing called being piss mad. Piss mad,
Piss mad.
Yeah.
I'm so piss mad right now.
Somebody has, like, so this is real, and Jessica, I just learned about this, or maybe Jessica knew about this, but I didn't. If somebody has like a UTI, a urinary tract infection, it could actually make you go like crazy. Like it can cloud like your mind and your thinking and all that stuff. And a character happens to go piss mad, they call it, because he's got a UTI and he's got to pee, but he's saying all these crazy things, man. It's so funny. It's gone.
That's crazy. That's wild. Okay,
yeah, it's
piss
so
mad.
funny. Yeah.
That's streets ahead, dude. That's streets
ahead. That's streets ahead right there, man. There are so many terms that they say in this show that I literally am like Googling. What the hell does that mean? Okay, what the hell does that mean? Like, clearly I did not grow up rich because I have no idea what the hell that means.
Yep. Yep, absolutely.
They're just like rattling off words, and I'm like, yes, perfect. I'll look that up later.
Yeah,
I'll add that to my dictionary.
You telling me I should like bring a notebook and like take notes as I'm going?
Have Google Translate there just in case. Like, hey, I need you to look up some words for me.
Yes, please.
All right. You ready to move on?
I think I'm ready.
All right. Enough about that other stuff. Let's get to the meat and potatoes.
The meat and the potatoes. I'm ready.
I was definitely shocked. Free Guy had me laughing very hard. And dude, it gave me Ready Player One vibes where like...
See, I still have not watched that yet. Okay. I gotta watch that.
Okay, I guess we'll turn this off. But the usage of guns, of like the portals, of characters, of like all these things within Free Guy is such like an ode to so many different games and so many different things that it was just so much fun. I was just geeking out the whole time, man.
Yes. It was like... It actually struck me because, okay, so to be honest with you, this time, I actually did not watch any of the previews. Remember I told you that I didn't know what the show was and stuff, and the movie was and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I went into with zero knowledge, right?
Okay.
Zero. So when I first started, it almost threw me off a little bit, but I was enjoying it. So once you find out a little bit about it, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. This is so sweet.
Yeah, I was a little shocked it wasn't like VR. Like it was still like more of like a PC game type of thing. Mm-hmm. So like I was a little shocked because of like more of the intimate things. So if you watch Ready Player One, like if you watch Ready Player One first, you'd be like, oh yeah, I would kind of think it would be a VR thing too. But it's cool because it kind of like takes place in like now times, like our times,
Well, for sure, absolutely, yeah.
The PC game. Joey Keery, dude from Stranger Things.
Yes.
That dude's awesome.
That dude, yeah, for sure. He actually played the part very well too. I think he did fantastic.
I really think that guy's an up and coming. He's got a good set of acting chops on him.
For sure. I mean, he got serious. You know, he made me laugh.
Plus, he's hilarious. Like he's got a way
Exactly.
of keeping a straight face and still making you laugh by saying comments or whatever. But yeah.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah, that was funny. Plus, who was his partner?
What are you talking about? The girl?
No, that's Jodie Comer. She was awesome, man.
She was phenomenal.
She was a badass, and that was something I really liked too. Was her character in the game? She actually gets to play.
Yes,
because they didn't make some fake avatar. They just used her, which was awesome. Like she gets to play both, and it was also awesome because it's like, what happened to your accent? She was like, oh no, this is actually me.
Yeah.
So I'm
Molotov
like,
Maddie or something.
What did happen to her accent?
All right, I can't say his name, but you're talking about this guy.
In the middle. It's not focusing, so I can't see it. But
it's Utkarsh.
All right, I'll just look it up. But
I can't. But you're talking about the dude from Game Over Man, right? With the Adam Durs.
Oh, he's in that?
Guys. He's actually like he's the
he's the guy.
Yeah, he's like the guy. I forget his name. Yeah.
You're so right. I knew I could recognize him from somewhere, but I could not put a pin on it. But
this one has way longer hair, but you know what I mean. But other than that was like the only difference. He had the little doll. Yeah, I forget his name, man. Man, it makes me mad, but I just don't want to say it wrong. That's my whole thing. So, Utkarsh. I don't know how to say his last name, so I apologize. I really do, but
man, so like the dude is like a real guy.
Oh, with some
Ryan Reynolds face on him, like that dude's huge. What the hell?
Well, yeah. Well, at first it looked fake. You know what I mean? It looked like it was in a game. Right?
Yeah, that's.
But yeah. So, but then all of a sudden, see, I loaded up this page before we got started, and I seen that. I'm like, that's crazy. Like, I you know what I mean? I would not have. I did not put two and two together. But
Lil Rel Howery.
Oh,
I love everything he's in. He's funny. He's wholesome. I really liked his character.
Yes.
And I really liked at the end when he was just like, this is like the happiest day of my life or whatever. He's still so cheery, you know. He's still such like a happy guy.
He's literally dying as it goes.
I love this character. Yeah. I would say Utkarsh Ambudkar. I'm butchering that, and I apologize, but I really liked his character a lot too.
Absolutely.
I thought he was funny, but like sleeper funny, like not like overly not like a Jim Carrey funny where you're very enthusiastic, but like
the entire time.
So and then seeing Taika Waititi as the asshole, I was like happy about. I was like, good, like the main developer guy who is just the bad guy. Taika Waititi.
Yeah. I know exactly.
I mean, he's Jojo Rabbit. He directed Thor Ragnarok, and but he's Korg, the rock guy. But it was just kind of fun and refreshing to see him as this funny asshole type of character. Just instead of being like likable, he's just a straight up asshole.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that as well. The cast was a lot of fun.
The cast was great. Okay, so the one dude that made me laugh, I had to find his name in here.
Yeah,
was that Matthew Carteropole?
Ew,
right,
dude. The comment about his sock, though.
What did
Mom, that's my special sock. Don't touch that.
Don't touch that. You have to go to therapy. It's so gross.
It's so gross.
It is so gross. Okay, so the one thing too that I noticed when I was looking this up earlier, do you know who was in the movie that was not credited at all?
Even Dwayne Johnson, huh?
Well, Dwayne Johnson, he's on here. He's credited through the thing. I don't remember him seeing. I don't remember
seeing him in there. Oh, but Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. That's the dude I'm talking about. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you're right. Why isn't he on there? He was hilarious.
He was awesome. He's doing the dance moves and stuff, dude.
When they're walking by and he's doing all the dance moves. Yes. I looked over at Jessica. I was like, I just love Channing Tatum. Like, that dude awesome. Could do whatever at this point, and I don't care because he is so not whatever, but he is so funny.
Yeah.
He is so funny, and he knows it. It's like.
He's like, blow me away, bro. Come on. When he does it, he's going to eat the gun. It's so good. I'm telling you. I was cracking up, man.
I was so too, funny. Yeah. When they first start and like he's like jetting in, I'm like, what is that? And then he flies in and he lands in the car. I'm like, is that Channing Tatum? Like, I didn't know he was in this. It took me a second.
I almost didn't.
He drives off doing all the crazy shooting stuff. I'm like, I'm glad that's Channing Tatum.
Yep, and then see, that's where it threw me off. Okay, that's where at the very beginning of this entire thing, all of a sudden we're jumping into this movie to where you have Channing Tatum diving in, and then the commentator's telling you, oh, he stole this car that's not his. This beautiful lady in the car is not his, right? So
you don't know anything about the
so
the
I have
movie,
them like, so I'm like, what is going on? And then all of a sudden you see tanks and you see this stuff, and I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden, but like I said, then everything started, obviously clicking.
Right,
we're gamers here, so
together.
Exactly, yeah. So things started happening for me. I wish I would have for like a list this one. Obviously didn't take me that long. I still love the movie, but
I was gonna say you probably caught up pretty quick. Yeah.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. It wasn't that hard. You know what I mean? And I figured, okay, so did the I know it's a newer movie, but did the ending? The love part of it shock you? Did you like the love parting of it?
No, okay. I didn't think it was shocking. I thought it was the ending.
I figured. Gotcha. Yeah,
like
I figured
had to be
because
done
of
type of thing.
Your Internal Sunshine photo back there, right? It's one of those things to where it's a love story at the end of it, and I'm like, that's pretty. You know what it is because it's already happened. But the other half is not like, so this. So that's the thing at the ending. I don't think it was that shocking of it because I put two and two together.
I knew
way before that.
I knew like with him being able to adapt. I'm like, oh well, that's her AI that they're talking about. Yep. Her AI is taking over or whatever. But then I'm like, well, it's kind of funny because in a way you're actually falling in love with yourself.
Exactly. And so I knew it was.
Yeah. But then once the other character starts talking about how he set up the scenario and kind of built this type of storyline for that particular character or whatever, it was like, oh yeah, he's like programmed, but she's not listening to any of it. She's so like with like going after whatever. That was I figured that was going to happen with the ending. I wasn't surprised, but I feel like you had to. Like it would have been kind of incomplete if you did not,
Exactly. Well, 100%, yeah. So I knew that, so I guess I should have phrased it. Like the whole aspect of what happened in it and what he did or what this other person did. I thought that was pretty cool, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So I thought the whole idea of that was pretty sweet. I'm like,
it's a grand gesture of love, man.
Exactly. Like, it's pretty cool.
He knows that you literally, like, I was surprised that she wasn't more suspicious when you go to get coffee and the only coffee you could get. Well, I guess that's for the NPCs. Never mind. But like the only coffees they get are 2 creams, 1 sugar, whatever, and
that's literally anybody can drink.
Right. When she's like cappuccino,
Oh, what? What?
The tank in the background starts like turning towards them. I was like, oh, just kidding.
the cop, is it Cop Johnson over there? Yeah. I think it was, or something like that.
Officer Johnny or something like that.
Yeah. He's like, he goes, guy, you're going to get shot.
Yeah. You're going to get shot. Oh, that was good stuff. Yeah,
I'm telling you,
it was so much fun when they're just pulling out, like they had like the gravity gun where he's like picking stuff up and throwing it, pulls out the portal gun and shoots the portals, and I'm like, there's so many odes. He pulls out a lightsaber. I'm like, what?
What is this?
All right, so I did not know this was a Walt Disney movie. I didn't know this was a Disney movie because at a certain point I'm like, okay, how are they getting away with all this stuff? You have to have rights to a lot of stuff to be using all this. And then I looked it up afterwards, and it was a Disney movie. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Did you see what it does not feel like a Disney movie whatsoever, though.
At all.
This is like definitely. I was actually kind of shocked. It was like a hard PG-13, not like with the language. It was a hard PG-13.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, not the blood and the guts, but the language. I was like,
absolutely,
wow.
yeah.
A few
I
times.
totally agree with you. Yeah. Do you know what the budget was for this movie?
I'm gonna guess $225 million.
Nope, $331.5 million.
Wow.
I was just blown away by it. I mean, just because it has to be, though. I mean, look at it. You know what I'm
saying?
Dude, like,
it's incredible. But I feel like there's been a lot of not a lot maybe, but there's been movies in the past that have tried to simulate an aspect of this type of thing.
Yeah.
But like the computer graphics of the game never translate well. But this did. Like when they would zoom out and you were looking at the screen, it like looked like the characters. It looked like very high quality character movements and all that stuff. So
it's obviously not Ryan Reynolds, but it looks like a game version of it.
It looks like a game version of it, right?
100%,
so it kind of just submerges you more into that life. But yeah, that was fun. I definitely. I wish I could have some bubblegum ice cream. That sounded really good.
That's my favorite.
That's my favorite.
Love it.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
Yeah, that was super cool, man. And then I really liked even like some of like their techno lingo and their aspect of finding this person or them showing up as cops to go bust this player, you know.
that was so good.
It was.
That was
man.
awesome.
It was so funny, and it was just like, man,
dude,
what a wild ride.
Yes, I love when the dude's in his office getting ready. He's like, he's getting in trouble, okay? And he goes, "Oh yeah," and he just brings his finger up and he's like. and then he hits enter.
Oh yeah.
Boom with that finger. I'm like, yeah, good for you. One of those moments, that serious face to where you know that it's funny. You're laughing and giggling, and he's actually being kind of serious.
Yeah, right.
He's just doing that thing. So,
okay. Sorry, go ahead.
No. So I had one more question to you about the show, about the movie, and I just don't know this because this is my okay. So when he started, I'm just gonna use it with the axe, okay. With what he did with an axe, would that really happen like in a game?
Well, technically, yeah, just because he's destroying the servers, so there's nothing to host the game on anymore.
Okay. So I figured that but I just seemed very weird that like only like certain segments and things like that were happening. But
well, yeah. So like, say you have a server farm, only a certain amount of those servers are going to be hosting that game. You know what I mean? So you just go find that bank of servers that are hosting that game, and you just destroy every last one of them. But they're all going to be replicated as well. So that's why even with one last server, well, everything's still backed up or replicated. So you'd be able to still extract the the code or whatever they needed.
it was kind of, I knew you were an IT guy, so I just figured I would ask you.
So
I just wondered personally about it.
It wouldn't be necessarily like you'd have to get the hard drive to really do it, but what he's doing is sustainable damage to the server to where it's not going to be powered on. You're not going to there's no power going to those things anymore, so the game is no longer hosted.
Got it. Okay, which makes sense, and I figured it was something along those lines. That's why what was happening. It makes sense, but at the same time, it was like one of those things that I was just like. Is this real? Like, you know what I mean? It's one of the. It just. I mean,
I'm like, get a microwave. We're taking all the hard drives on all the servers and we're nuking it. No, I would definitely say like that's a practical thing to do because you're just trying to, as fast as possible, sever that connection.
Yeah.
But I really also like the kind of like God mode that they kind of show. Because, I always got a kick out of, like, World of Warcraft. You know, you would have these admins that you don't see them in-game. They're in-game, but you don't ever see their characters. They're floating around in the background, checking things out, looking at bugs, if I was stuck somewhere, they could come help or whatever, so, like, They have the ability to like do whatever they want, and it's so funny because they're like they pick their custom skins. He's like, I'm gonna go with the cop stripper with the mustache or whatever. You know, why not? Let's have some fun with it. And then they go in there because it's like they probably have access to any gun, any weapon, anything because they're God mode, right? You know, like,
buildings, anything. They can do anything they want.
Yep. You were talking about that Matthew guy.
Yeah.
Did you notice the poster in the background?
No.
Deadpool. There's a Deadpool poster in the background.
Was it really?
Yeah, I was like, nice.
That's funny.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Now that you say that, yes, I do remember that. I couldn't, in my head, I wasn't, yes, 100%. Now that you said that, I do. Okay.
I'm like, there's got to be so many things in that movie that are like Easter eggs that it's definitely going to take me a few watchings, and I will be rewatching that. I seriously enjoyed this movie so much that I after I had watched it, I'm like, this was one I will definitely be rewatching. I've rewatched Ready Player One like a handful of times. This one's right there with it. It is such a fun gaming movie. You know what I mean? Like if you like gaming, if you even like you like Grand Theft Auto, you like first person shooters, you like whatever. But
this is it.
The overall message of like playing a different game or just being nicer to the NPCs, I did enjoy because I'm like, man, yeah, like people are just straight sadistic sometimes, and people like, oh, you know what? I don't need to take the hostages with me. Bop, 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 bop. Just kill the hostages and run off. Or I could kill this NPC. Of course, I'm just gonna kill him, right? Like,
waste his ass. I told you.
I told you to waste his ass.
That was so funny. Yeah,
they cut. She said waste that mother effer or whatever, but they cut. They cut real quick, and then when they come back, she's like, I told you to waste his ass.
All right, so
that was awesome.
So the one thing that I at first it like threw me off is like the characters that you talked about in this movie too, right? So you have huge streamers, which I love the way that they brought those in too, right?
Yeah,
so
I thought that was a great
ninja,
great piece of pop culture. This huge world. Yeah, I couldn't agree. Yeah, Ninja, Pokemon. I didn't know some of the other ones.
So some of the other ones I don't think were as big. I really don't. But I think that Cuber guy, I think he was one.
Jacksepticeye guy or whatever. That Jack.
Yeah. I think that he is. I'm not 100% sure. Other than that, I think that's only other real people that are, at least that I know of. You know what I mean? I've watch every streamer out there.
It really kind of just was like a nice ode to these people who have literally were like the OG people of like building a career off of playing games. I mean, that's incredible.
Yes, it's incredible.
We were taught growing up, you'll never get a job playing video games. So you can't play video games all the time. And hey, guess what? Apparently, for the past few years, you could be making some serious cash.
Yeah, I'm a little bit upset.
Yeah, me too. I'm a little sad about it too.
I started too late. You know what I'm saying? I get the chops for it or something.
Yeah, I don't have the entertainment quality for that. We're going to reserve that for podcasts.
Yes,
because live I'm like this. Oh yeah, I'm not sure what to do with my hands. On podcasts or live, on Twitch, I'm like, oh hi,
yeah. Oh yeah.
You want to ask me a question? I'd rather you didn't. I'd rather you lurk. Don't talk to me.
Actually, you know what? I'm done streaming today.
Yeah, I'm done streaming. The social media you gotta keep up with.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, that was just a hell of a lot of fun. That movie, man. I think Ryan Reynolds killed it. I think it's a great movie to kind of like go on a little bit of a brief hiatus on.
Yes.
And just because it's just definitely because Free Guy, Red Notice would be his like last movie before the hiatus, I do believe so. And Red Notice is like the most watched movie on Netflix. It beat I can't remember the previous one.
Yeah, I hated it, but it's all right.
I know you hated poor Ryan Reynolds in there. I loved him in it.
I didn't hate him.
Ryan, if you're listening, he totally hated it. We'll go back and listen. He'll be like, I hate Ryan Reynolds. That's what he said.
No, never said. Just
kidding.
Turn it down sometimes.
And I'm like, turn it up. No, I'm just kidding. Have you ever watched Detective?
What?
You ever watched Detective Pikachu?
No, I did not actually.
Dude, that's a really good one.
And actually, I'm actually really upset that I didn't. It was one of those movies I was super pumped for, and then I think something else happening in life, and I forgot about it, and then I never went back and watched it. Growing up, man, my name, my family nickname was Pikachu. My first Pokemon card was Pikachu, and then my entire family called me Pikachu because that was my favorite card, right? So I'm like, why didn't I go watch this? You know what I mean? This is me.
It was a really good movie, and Ryan Reynolds is the voice of
Pikachu, right?
The Pikachu, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's real funny, but it's still like a really good heartfelt movie too. And it was like the Pokemon in that movie are stunning. I'm like, I want that as a real friggin' world. Why do we not have this?
That would be sweet.
But anyways, Ryan Reynolds in this movie is definitely a different Ryan Reynolds, and I really enjoyed it. It was not like this macho, not like this wisecrack guy. It was literally like, I'm this super nice guy, and I'm just going to do whatever I can to get the girl, you know? Because that's
that's it.
His whole thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, literally whatever.
Don't have a good day. Have a great day.
I was going to say at the very end. That's so funny.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. We still can. Yeah.
Oh, we will.
I'll tell you what. Let us know what your thoughts are on Free Guy, because I'm a little sad it took us this long to watch it. Even
I'm
gonna rewatch it. I'm gonna have to. It was so fun.
Yeah, it came out in August. Isn't that crazy?
Come on, Kevin.
Well, see, I mean, the thing is like, how do we not catch this with the, you know what I mean? We're watching all the new movies on Netflix. I was wondering the same. Like, I was thinking, like, how did I miss this one? That was, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just so confused. I really don't get it. But
I don't know. Now, speaking of Netflix and speaking of movies that we kind of want to watch, now so I do want to watch 8-Bit Christmas, and I think that's a great idea.
Perfect. Did you watch a preview for it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all. But we're getting closer to Christmas, so I think it's a good idea. Sure. Looks like a great cast.
yeah. There it is.
But we had a friend talk about a movie that I really wanted to watch, and I did not realize it is a Netflix movie. It's called Power of the Dog, and I would like to add that one in there too if we could.
Okay, I'm down.
Like a double feature type of thing.
Yeah, because I think that 8-Bit Christmas it's a short movie anyway. So
I can't imagine it would be super. So. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So would you be down with that?
I'm down for that, 100%. So they're both on. No, I think one's on Netflix, one's on. Is it HBO? I think
HBO. 8-Bit Christmas is on HBO, and The Power of the Dog. Brian, if you're listening, it cracked me up because he had said like, Jesse Plemons seems promising or something like that. And I'm like, whoa. He's already put himself out there. He's already a great. So you just got to go back and rewatch what he's been in. I mean, look at Breaking Bad. Look at El Camino. Todd, what was his name? Todd?
Yeah, Todd.
Psychopath Todd?
Yes, he's definitely, yes.
I'm thinking of Ending Things. Bro, that movie's crazy off the charts, mind F, you know? I
don't think I watched that one.
So I remember because we were doing the podcast, and I remember watching that movie, and it was so funny because we watched it, and we went up to bed, and I turned it on again. I had to watch the whole thing over again because I'm like, wait, what? It was incredibly dark and well done. It was awesome. But that's my boy Charlie Kaufman. He wrote it and directed. He adapted the screenplay and directed it. But so yeah, and then Game Night. Now you've watched Game Night.
I have watched Game Night.
And he's the cop next door. And
Oh yeah.
He's so funny, man. He's so good, but he could be so serious. He could also be, I don't know. He could be. Oh, he's also in a movie I just recently watched. He is like this guy. Oh, we watched it.
I was trying to think, and for some reason I'm like, it's like
No Sudden Move, right? No Sudden Move. Right? Was he in that? Man, now I'm like
goodness.
Matt Damon's in it, so I probably got him confused, you know. Man, what all right, so hold on. Jesse Plemons. He plays like a detective. Oh, interesting. He's in Jungle Cruise as well. He was in Friday Night Lights. Did not know that.
Yeah, come on, man. So yeah, he's in.
Oh, it's Judas and the Black Messiah. That's it. That's the one. Dude, okay. I'm about to freak out. He's going to be in the Scorsese movie, Killers of the Flower Moon. I mean, this guy's incredible. Come on.
Yeah, so I know that, I don't know if you like this movie or not, but Observe and Report.
Yeah, Observe and Report.
It's so good.
I forgot he's in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the one. I just watched that a couple weeks ago.
Man, he's like in a ton of stuff. I guess I'll need to go back and watch more of his stuff. I thought I've seen a lot of his stuff. I apparently have only seen a percentage. But anyways,
he's great. He's great.
The
whole point of it is great.
Yeah, Jesse Plemons, you're great. And so The Power of the Dog with Benedict Cumberbatch, Jesse Plemons, and Kirsten Dunst, who is funny because I don't know if I had ever brought this up, but like almost every one of her movies has a character named Peter in it. And she's MJ and Peter Parker and in this movie, The Power of the Dog, her son's name is Peter. She's also in something else. I cannot remember what it is now, but the person's name is Peter. Also, she's in this movie. Hold on, it's really hard to. There we go.
Yes.
Ding 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 ding. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. She's in that. So is Mark Ruffalo. If we want to talk Marvel, no, I'm just kidding. This is where 2 hours later. Eternal Sunshine. It popped up on because Sling TV's got a free Showtime thing going on right now, so you get to watch all the Showtime. And Eternal Sunshine was popping up. I was like, oh look, Clementine. I'm like, that's where your name's from,
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, did you guys watch it?
No.
Oh.
No. I think she went for a nap, and then when she woke up, we would go see a light show.
Yeah, was that pretty good?
It was pretty good. It was a fun time, that's for sure.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yes, sir. So we got 2 movies. I think we can handle 8-Bit Christmas.
Easy.
And then The Power of the Dog.
Easy.
All
right. So before we let these nice people go, though, something big happened for me and my gaming world. Okay, I wanted to talk about this, right? So you got my boy over here. See, this is
the skeleton.
This guy, okay?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
right there. Yeah, just pointing to him. Spider-Man. So, we had Fortnite had a huge update. When this one airs, it'll be a week later. But, Sunday, it wasn't supposed to come out on Tuesday. It was supposed to be a 72-hour blockage. And all of a sudden, after Saturday, midday Sunday, we were able to get on. So anyways, it was huge. It was a big event. They added a lot of mechanics and a lot of guns and stuff. I'll make it easy. But that gentleman right over there, he's made his first collab into Fortnite, guys. Let's go.
Like, can you sling? Are you a web shooter?
You can get so I don't think it's in the game yet. Eventually, there's going to be what they call there's mythic weapons that you can get. So one of the mythic weapons are his gauntlets, so where you can do that.
Got it.
But anybody can. You don't have to be Spider-Man. It's just as soon as whoever wears the gauntlets can do it. That's the difference. But
could be Night Monkey.
Truth. That's how you get around it from now on. It's not Spider-Man. It's Night Monkey.
It's Night Monkey.
But anyways, yeah. But yeah, so that was just a huge thing that happened for me. I was very excited. I was waiting for a long time for it, and it finally came out with brand new, like, total different things in it. So, I mean, I'm not going to go into great details, but I was just very excited, and I wanted to say a huge shout out to Spider-Man and Fortnite.
He's really out there, man. Peter Parker, Spider-Man. Thanks for being in Fortnite.
You're welcome. I mean, what? My name is not Peter.
I would know. Yeah, I would know. I'd be the FOS. I'd be the friends of Spider-Man. I'd be the guy in the chair. Come on now.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. You're right. So we have to talk after this podcast.
Yeah, right. That's awesome. All right. Oh, you got anything else?
No, man. That's it. That's all I got.
All right. We'll let these very generous people go and have a wonderful week. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for watching.